So I don't know if this is something people are going to be familiar with or not. I certainly wasn't up until about a few weeks ago. But this is something that is called or generally known as a Cococub. Now, this is something I've had in my collection, or a collection of things that I've had in my collection for a long time. I've had these really since I was a child. I inherited them from my dad. It's his collection. And basically, what they are, he had them as a child. So my dad was a child in the 1930s, and he had these. They are lead figures, and they're hand painted, and they're all animals. First of all, when I looked at these, it's really hard to find out what these are online, but you have to really sort of like do a bit of research and sort of like penetrate down and trying to find what they are, and it's not easy when you don't quite know. I thought Wind in the Willows or Farthing Wood, something like that, but no, these are Cococubs, and are from the 1930s. Actually, the actual date they were released was between 1934 to 1939, and they were actually released back then with tins of Cadbury's cocoa that Cadbury's used to produce back then. Here are some photos of the tins and ads at the time. Now, I'm actually a little bit hazy on that. I'm not entirely sure how the figures were actually released with the tins. I don't know if they were on top or stuck inside or what exactly. And you get one of these with them. It was kind of like an advertising gimmick at the time, but I still have all of these in my collection. I've always found them a little bit creepy, if I'm honest. They're all sort of like animals, sort of dressed up as people, and if you don't quite know what it is, it's a bit odd, but quite sweet as well, I guess. I can imagine kids being loving these at the time. There's about 32, I think, in the collection. I've got about 20 or so. Some of them, you probably noticed this one does have a bit of damage. Unfortunately, lead does corrode, unfortunately. So, how long? I mean, they are probably coming up to about 90 years old now. So, they're not doing too badly. A little bit of damage here and there, but yeah, they're doing okay. Got a few of them. There's a pig I'm about to show you. You can probably see why I thought Wind in the Willows, because they do have that kind of look to them. Very anthropomorphized. Got a few duplicates of things. You've probably seen maybe a couple already that are duplicated. A couple of penguins here. But the thing that's amazing about these is they're all hand painted. I looked it up and they used to hand paint them before they sent them out. That must have cost so much to do that. I mean, or maybe it didn't. Maybe they didn't pay people much for doing it. But I don't know. How would you have made a profit from that? I don't know. Because these are really, really nicely made. They're really interesting things. So another couple of duplicates there. A couple of little piggies. And he's having a nice cup of Cadbury's cocoa by the looks of it. As long as he's happy. There we go. Again. Not sure what this is, a squirrel or a bear or something. A bear, I think. With trousers on. A little tortoise. Again, this is all part of the Cococubs collection from Cadbury's. Yeah. Yeah, another bit, one with quite a bit of damage on it, unfortunately. I think it wouldn't have been anything anyone had done. It's literally where they're led, and they do just wear away after time, unfortunately. And there are, like I say, there are loads of these. When I looked it up, the original set I think has 32. I've got about 22, I think. So, and some of those are duplicates. So, not a full selection, but it's certainly a nice thing of another time, really. Nice little foxy. Little rabbit. Quite a bigger one now. Another pig. Lots of pigs. It's all farmyard animals, and apart from the tortoise, I guess. But it's all sort of English countryside animals dressed up to look like people. I don't quite. Maybe there was a storyline with it. Do you know when you look it up online, there were comics and all kinds of things available and books. Again, I might try and put some images of those up here if I can find them. But yeah, I mean, there was a whole thing. There was a Cococub fan club. You could send away and get like packs to become fans of the Cococubs. It's really hard though to imagine what that would have been like. I don't think it would have been like joining a club or anything that you would find these days. I think it was very simpler times. Finally, just another couple of piggies. It's very similar, this one, to the other one. Slightly different painting scheme though, so whether he's the same guy or not, I don't know. But still enjoying that cup of Cadbury's cocoa. Obviously doing all right with that. And that's my collection of Cadbury's Cococubs. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Take care. Bye.